Hello, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see right here, I'm doing a little change to my bookshelf. I am moving a lot of these books upstairs to the loft. My husband just built me some bookshelves up there, and so I'm taking some books, not all of them, and I did get rid of like a lot of them that I'm not going to use anymore. So I'm going to take you through the process, and we can fix the bookshelves together. I think I'm gonna just take some of my series up there, and I think that's pretty much it. I'm just probably just gonna have series up in that bookshelf, and I'm so sorry I look crusty right now. I just got back from the eye doctor, so I did not want to put any makeup because we're gonna do the exams all over again and my makeup is gonna get ruined. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna just move some stuff and I will go over it to see what's gonna stay here and what's gonna go upstairs with me. And I kind of have an idea of the books, I don't know if you can see the books that are pulled out. Those are the books I'm gonna take with me, and I'm still thinking maybe leave some here, maybe take some, but I don't know yet. I'm definitely gonna take all my Harry Potter books upstairs and my Harry Potter bookmarks, which I display these. I love these so much. They're so pretty. I hate putting these in books because when you put it in a book, they're so easy to come off. So if you like get stuck on something, it'll just come off so easily. Maybe I'm doing it wrong because it does have like this. Maybe I don't know if this is like the one that goes in, this one goes in the other side. I'm not sure how these work, but because they're like heavier on the top because that's like metal, and then this is just so flimsy. But I love these. I've used them, but like I said, they're just so hard to stay on the books. All my Harry Potter is gonna go. These Harry Potter books are like they've gone through something, but the only reason I love these, and they don't even have the dust jacket anymore, is because my older sister gifted these to me. I asked to borrow them one time, and I was like, and I told her I would give it back to her whenever I was done, and she just told me to keep them. I was like, okay. So this is why they're special to me. They were gifted to me like this. They have like stains and stuff, but I love them because, and then there's this one that's like broken inside. But I love it for that reason because they were a gift from my sister. I do want to get another Harry Potter, like the whole collection. I don't know if I want to do like a paperback or the hardback again, but I do want to get another collection of these. And then I do have like the Cursed Child, Fantastic Beasts, also the screenplay, and the Crimes of Grindelwald, also the screenplay. And then I have these little books, the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. These are supposed to be like the books that they, like their study books that they have at Hogwarts. And then Quidditch Through the Ages. And then I have the Tales of Beetle and Bard. And I want to take my Mortal Instruments, but I think when I find these in hardback, that's when I will take them because I have 2 paperback and then the rest are hardback. So once I get the other 2 in hardback, I will take that collection upstairs. For now, it will stay down here. I also have my Twilight series here, which I haven't read the last one, The Midnight Sun, but I'm not taking that one upstairs, and I'm opening that up there. I don't know if you've seen like the last bookshelf I had done. This part was like for all the books I read in the year, but because I'm no longer doing that anymore, I am now opening that book that part to just put more books up there. The reason I'm not doing that anymore is because I'm gonna try to do every month a wrap up of every single book that I read every month. So that's why I stopped. Like I thought about it because honestly it's like reviewing more than 50 books in the video. It's kind of long, but so that's why I'm just gonna do it every month, and we're no longer doing the yearly wrap-ups anymore. And honestly, I don't even know what I'm gonna put up there, so I'm just gonna move some books around, and I will let you know what I will be moving upstairs and what I won't. I mean, I will go over the books too, like just let you know what I have. Here I have my Twisted Tale Disney collection, and I'm just gonna move this up here with the other ones. Right now I'm not doing like a system or anything. I'm just like moving books around to see what I'm leaving, to see what I'm taking. Later I'll do a system And I don't have all of them, but I have some of these. I already read Old as Time, and I read Conceal Don't Feel. That's Elsa and Anna. This is the Beauty and the Beast. And honestly, I love them. They're so fun to read. And then next I have the Never After novels by Emily McIntyre, which I am taking these upstairs. I've only read one, but I want to have all of these up there with all my other series. Because I have all the books in the series. I just read this one. And I'm actually, this month, I'm going to read Scarred. So I did start. Oh my God, what the fuck was that? Oh, the book fell. I did start Scarred, but I did softly DNF for a bit, but I'm picking it up again and we're reading it again. And then I have all my, I don't know what, the Wicked Villain series by Katie Robert. These, I absolutely love them, but these are staying down here. I have Desperate Measures, Learn My Lesson, Worth the Opponent, The Beast, and Sea Witch. And then I can't remember the last one, but it has to do with Sleeping Beauty. And that's the only book I have left in the series. And if you like spice, these are your books to read. These are spicy. Also by Katie Robert. I don't know if it's Katie or Kate Robert, but it has 2 E's, so I just call it Katie. I have I can never remember the Dark Olympus series, which I think this series has like 7 books maybe. I'm barely on the 4th one. I'm hoping to finish the series this year, but I don't make any promises. I have Neon Gods, Electra Idol, and Wicked Beauty, which these 2 so far have been my favorite. And like I said, you like spice, she is the queen of it. And then next to that, I have all these. I can't remember what they're called. So the series of these is called Villains by Serena Valentino. I think I'm missing 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, which is the first one, which has to do with Snow White's Evil Queen. And the last one, which just came out, which has to do with Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. So basically these books just tell like the background story of a villain, how they became a villain. And then there's a book in here, it's called The Odd Sisters, which they have something to do in every story, and basically they are the reason some of these villains became villains. And so I love these. I think I finished most of these in like one day. They have like, let me show you all the stories that are in here. They have the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Well, they have the Evil Queen, and then this is the second one, The Beast Within by Beauty and the Beast, which he is the villain. So I love that. Four Unfortunate Souls, which is Ursula from Little Mermaid. Mistress of All Evil, which is Maleficent from The Sleeping Beauty. Mother Knows Best, which is Mother Gothel from, my God, I can't remember, Rapunzel. And then I love how the covers, what's it called? The dust jacket is so different from the cover of the book. Love that. And then The Odd Sisters, which honestly, I thought this was Snow White at first. This is Gold Hearted. Oh my God, look, I was looking for the author and it's right here. Gold Hearted. This is the story of, I can never remember her name, but this is the Cinderella stepmother. And then Fired and Fade. This is Hades. And then the last one I have is Never Never. This is Captain Hook's story. And the last one that this author has that I don't have yet is Gaston. I think I forgot to show you guys the cover for this, but this is the Beast. Here goes the Prince. I love that. That is so cool. And I don't even remember how I found these books. I think I was on Kindle Unlimited and I read, if I'm not mistaken, If I'm not mistaken, that's where I read the first one. Then I have the Raven Hood series, Flock, Exodus, and The Finish Line, which I'm taking these upstairs. These are, if you know, you know, these are my ultimate favorite book series of all time. And then I also have The Legacy of a Prince, which is the Raven Hood Legacy series, where we're getting more books. I think this year there's 2 more coming out, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe one in April, March, and then the other one in December. I am so sorry if you hear that background noise. It's my dogs and my cat. They're like literally playing with each other over there in the back, and the little uñas on the floor. You can hear everything. I'm also taking Twisted Games by Anna Huang upstairs. I have the collection of these, like the whole series, but I've only read the first 2. And I think this month I am reading Twisted Lies. I'm also taking the King of, I forgot the name of this series. Oh, Kings of Sin series. King of Wrath, I don't know. King of Pride and King of Greed. Honestly, my favorite has been this one so far. Absolutely loved it. And I think this series is gonna have 7 books, if I'm not mistaken. I know King of Sloth. Did it just come out? Or is it coming out? King of Sloth. I can't remember the other one. I know there's 2. King of Envy. I think it's King of Envy and King of Sloth. I know those 2. One of them already came out, and the other one's about to come out, or maybe already came out. But I think there's 2 more to this series, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm also taking these upstairs. And then I have A Court of Thorn and Roses and Powerless. If anything, if I like the book 2, I'm going to continue this series, and I plan on putting it upstairs because I also want to read Throne of Glass and the Crescent City Moon series. So I plan on putting all those upstairs. So yeah, and then Powerless also is going. Another series that I want up there is the Fourth Wing series. It's not called the Fourth Wing. I can't remember the Empire series, I think it's called. This one's gonna go up there. I already have some books up there waiting for this one. And Iron Flame, it's gonna get read this month. And then Onyx Storm I already have. So Onyx Storm is already waiting up there in the little spot. And then I have The Awakening. I don't know if I continue this series, and I love this series. It might go upstairs too, but I only have 1 book for now. And this book, I really did like it, but the only part that I didn't like about this book was all the bullying that they did to them. But maybe if I continue and read the whole series, maybe it will go upstairs. For now, it's going to stay down here. Also, Heartless Hunter, I do want to take up there, but I actually want to buy the book for Heartless Hunter. This was the book of the month version of it, but I already pre-ordered the second one, which is Rebel Witch, I think. And this one is going to stay down here. When I purchase the other one, I'm going to take, this one, but I want to purchase it. I'm going to take that one upstairs and have both of them up there. I am also going to take my Knock 'Em Out series, which is Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind. I absolutely love this series. I do want to get the special editions of these, and hopefully I get them soon. And I will be replacing those, these for those. So when that happens, they're still going to be on my shelf. And when I get the other ones, I probably will give these away or sell them on my Pango Books or somewhere. Another series, 2 series that I'm taking upstairs, is going to be the Caraval series, which is Caraval Enduring and Finale. This series, I absolutely love it so much. I will brag about this all day, every day. I love it so much. And then the other one, which is like a same author, it's going to be Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I just finished the book 2, and I absolutely love book 2. I actually finished it yesterday, and I started it yesterday. I literally sat down and I told my husband, I'm not moving from this chair. I was on the loft all day. I was like, I think I finished that book at 9:30, and I started it between 2 and 3. I was like, I'm not moving. I will finish this book today. And I ate that book up so quick. I loved it. And I will keep these up there because they're great. And I also want to get I think it's called Spectacular, which is like a novella for this series. It's, I just want to get all of them, have like that special edition for them. So yeah, I'm super excited to have all that. I love the series with my heart. Next series that I have, that this is not going up there, it is the Natural series. I've only read the first 2 books. I think there's 4 books in this. It's Naturals, Killing Instinct, all in, and Bad Blood. I'm barely on the third book. I'm hoping to read it this year and finish the series this year. But this series might not be a series that I keep forever. I might give it away or to someone that might actually read it. I do like it. I do love it, but it's not like something that I will pick up in the future and read again. The next series I have is Flawless by Elsie Silver. This is the Chestnut Spring series, if I'm not mistaken. I do want to take this series upstairs, but once I finish all the books, I only have one book right now. Well, I have two. The second one's gonna get read this year. I don't think I'll finish the series this year because it is a long series, but I do love this first book, and I heard it gets better and better and better. And I do want to get like the old covers to these, and I want to get the new covers, and I'll probably leave the old covers here and take the new covers upstairs, but I don't know how long that's gonna take me to do. The next few books I have are also series. The Fine Print, which is the Dream Billionaire series. I absolutely love this series. Well, this first book, I loved it. I am gonna read the second book this year. I think it's this next month. No, this month. I have it on my TBR. Hopefully, I love it as much as I love this book. But that's another series that I probably won't keep in my TBR for long. I'll probably read it and pass it on to someone that wants to read it. So I'll leave it here downstairs. The next series I have is the Unravel Me series by Tahar Mafi. I have the Unravel Me, Unite Me, which is Destroy Me, Fracture Me, and then Shatter Me. Okay, I read them wrong. It's the Shatter Me series, which is Shatter Me is the first book, and then it's Unite Me, which is Destroy Me, Fracture Me, which has novellas, and then Unravel Me. I am reading the third one this month. I don't know if it's this month, but I know this year, and I probably won't finish the series this year. I wish I would, but I think it's a long series if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully, I'm hoping to do it because I have a lot of series that I actually want to finish, and I might actually focus on the series that I've had, like I've been reading for a while, like 2-3 years. So I might focus on those and leave the other one for like this year or next year. The next one I have is The Summer I Turned Pretty series, which I've only read the first book. I'm hoping to finish the series this year, which is actually a trilogy. And this is another series that I probably won't keep. As soon as this one and the Shatter Me series, as soon as like maybe I read it, I can pass it on to somebody else. Haunting Adeline. I think I'm actually gonna take this upstairs because this was one of my favorite books. I loved it. This is a duology. The mouse, I can't remember. The Cat and Mouse duology. I'm actually gonna take this upstairs. I'm actually reading Hunting Adeline sometime this year. I can't remember if it's like this month or next month, or I can't remember, but I'm excited to finish this duology, and I will be taking this upstairs. I wasn't planning on to, but then I saw, I was like, nope, this is going with me upstairs. Next, I have Legend Born, which if you guys saw my video for last month, I don't know if it was last month, I think so. I was reading Bloodmarked, which is the second book to this. I think this is going to be a trilogy if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's more books coming out. I'm not sure for now. I think it's a trilogy. I did not like, well, I'm not liking, I haven't even finished or even tried to finish the second one. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I know this series is a trilogy, duology, whatever. It's going to go when I'm done with it because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to finish the second book, honestly. Then I have The Way I Used to Be and The Way I Am Now. I absolutely love these books. I did get the hardcover when the book came out because I wanted to read it. Now the paperback's out, and I think I went to the release when this book came out. I got it, but I don't know if I want to keep it like this. But you know what? I probably won't keep these books. I am probably gonna wait like a year or two. If I don't pick it up again, it's probably gonna be a book that can go to another family, another person, another, I don't know where, but it's gonna go somewhere else. Which I do love those books, but it's just, I want to keep books that I'm actually gonna read, or books that all the books that I'm taking upstairs with me are books that I love and that I will keep forever. So if I don't keep them, like I try to keep them for a year or two, and if I see that they're just not calling my name, I probably will like give them to someone, because every year something new is gonna come out, and books are forever, and somebody else can enjoy them, and they're just gonna be sitting here in my bookshelf. If I have like a library, I will keep them all, but I don't have many bookshelves and I don't have that much space in my house to have all these books. My husband told me, he was like, just buy them on Kindle. I said, yeah, that's why I bought a Kindle. I said I wasn't gonna buy any more books, and look at me, I keep buying books. The next series I have is the Queen's Council. This is Rebel Rose. This is the first book I have bought and I read and I loved it. There is 4 books to these series, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's a series I will keep. It just depends on how I love all the other books. But for now, it's only 1 book that's gonna stay down here. Then I have the Don't Let Me series. This is book 1, Don't Let Me Fall. I absolutely love this book. I read this 2023 or 2024. I can't remember what year I read this. When I read the synopsis of this book, I freaking screamed. Like, I was so excited for this book. Book 2 doesn't sound as exciting as this one, but I do want to read it, and I think it's one of my videos this year. I just like continue series videos, and if I do read the whole series, and I probably will take these upstairs with me too. For now, because it's only one, it's gonna stay down. When in Rome, I have the second book to this. They're like in the same, I think they're in the same town if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. But this is like a standalone series. So I really do like these, but they're not going upstairs. Then I have Pestilence, which I don't know if it's gonna be out yet, but there's gonna be a video. Maybe it's already out by the time this video's out. Read the reading books until I get a 5 stars. And this book was on there, and I thought this was gonna be a 5-star book. It didn't, unfortunately. It was a 4.75 for me, or 4.5, I can't remember. But this was a really good book. This is the 4 Horsemen series. This is the first one. I really did like the series, and I want to continue it. Next one I have is Icebreakers. This is the Maple Hill series. This barely has 3 books. I don't know if it's gonna have more. I did like this book. I loved it, and I haven't read the other 2 that came out. I'm like a book collector. But anyways, I plan on doing it this year. Hope I finish those 2 books. I'm excited for this series, but it's gonna stay down here. Next, I have all these Colleen Hoover. It ends with us. It starts with us. Ugly Love, Verity, and then I have 2 versions of Verity because I just loved Verity. This was my favorite book by her. I did just get rid of some of my Colleen Hoovers because they were like books that I didn't really like. These are my favorite by her so far that I read. And yeah, so I love them and I will be keeping them. And then I have my Freedom McFadden books, which I have The Housemaid, The Inmate, and The Boyfriend, which The Boyfriend is a book of the month, and my dog ate the book cover, the book jacket, dust jacket. If you know the story, you know. But I do have a couple of more Freedom McFadden books, and I don't know if I will take these upstairs once I get more of them, or they'll probably just stay down here. But I do want to get The Boyfriend and the paperback, and maybe find this one at home. The next books are just standalones that I think they're standalones for now. I have 7 Year Slip, Kristen Higgins, Pack of the Moon. This actually is a trilogy, the Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, which I do love this. I love the movie too. So I don't think this is going upstairs. I think it might stay down here with all the other ones. And then I have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, and The Things We Left Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. This one, I think so far is a duology, if I'm not mistaken. The second book just came out and I freaking love it. I freaking love this one. I don't know about the second book. I think I rated this a 5 stars, if I'm not mistaken. The second book, I just got it, and I got it in a hardback. I will wait for this in paperback and probably part with my hardback, or maybe just get this one in hardback and part with the paperback. Not sure yet. I think I like to read paperback, but I love to display the hardbacks because they're just so pretty to display. But you know, I don't know. And then this one is like, I think this is like a historical fiction, which I freaking love. Historical nonfiction. I don't know what they're called, but that's history. Love it. One of my 5-star read of 2023 was Love in Other Words. I absolutely love this book. I think this was the first book that I annotated, but I didn't make like any tabs on this. I just remember I highlighted and wrote a lot of things on this because it has a lot of, I can't find anything right now. It had a lot of cute quotes in this. I remember my friend, she actually sent me a message this morning because I posted something on my Instagram yesterday. Which, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me right now. It's going to be on the little box down there. She says she wants to start annotating books, but she's scared that she might ruin them. I was like, to me, actually, annotating is like you do whatever you want to do to your books. Like, you annotate whatever you annotate. I personally do a lot of like quotes or like things that made me go wow or gasp or cry or like oh or whatever, you know, just little things, or even like something that's part of like the book that's like if it's world building, I'll do that too. And a lot of the characters, like when they introduce a new character, I highlight it and I just put right next to it like, oh, this is the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend or the ex-husband or fiance or whatever, you know, like that's what I put. So I can, if I have a question of like, oh, I read this name, but who is this? Because sometimes they won't, like they'll tell the names, but they won't really introduce them to like the middle book. So just go back and be like, oh, this is who this person is. Okay, got it. And then I have The Alamo, World War Z, and American Sniper. I actually might get rid of these 3 books. I was thinking of just leaving them because The Alamo is one of my favorite movies and I love the history behind it. So, but honestly, I've had this book for years and I have never actually picked it up. And then I have World War Z, which if you know the movie. I actually got recommended this book by a friend, but I cannot finish this book. It just has like a lot of science in it, and I don't know if this is like a sci-fi. It could be, I'm not sure. I know I can't do it. And then American Sniper, I've had this book for years. Years. When I say years, I mean years. I think when the movie first came out, when that movie came out, I'm not sure. But I've had it for years and I have not finished it. But honestly, I already watched the movie. I mean, I don't know how different the book is from the movie. So then I have this one. I got it at the Alamo when I went like a few years back. This is Davy Crockett. I already read this book. It's like just literally like a history book that they have little snippets here and there of like his life. If you know me, and if you don't know me, I will tell you I am a very, very history freak. I love history. That was one of my favorite subjects in high school or in school at all. And one of my favorite subjects was the Alamo, which is part of the history of Texas Revolution. And every time I go to San Antonio, I love visiting the Alamo. I love going to the Alamo. A lot of people were like, wow, we thought it was something bigger. I did too, but I still love it. Like everything that they do in there, like plays, they're not plays, but that they do. So this is a book that I will be keeping because you just never know. And like I said, I love the Alamo and I will keep this. This is a whole series that I have. This is the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I am actually reading The Horse and His Boy right now. Well, I've tried to read it for long and I put it on pause. Like I softly DNF'd it. So it's upstairs and I will try to read this year. I don't promise that I'll finish the series. Obviously, we've seen the Chronicles of Narnia as a movie, Prince Caspian, and the Voyage of the Dawn, which I love those movies. I wish they would have started with like the Magician's Nephew, because if you have not read the books and you actually started the movies, like there's a lot of questions are not answered in the movies that the book answers them. Like me, I was like, where or how did the wardrobe, why like the wardrobe become magical, you know? Well, that wardrobe, it explains it to you. This book, The Magician's Nephew. And basically it explains to you in this one how Narnia was made and how the evil witch became, or the evil queen witch becomes the evil queen witch. Like all that is explained in this book, and a lot of like you don't really know what happens in the other, like in the movies, how that all becomes Narnia, because this book explains it all. So I wish they would have came out with like all the movies since this book. And I think I've heard, I don't know if it's HBO, Disney, I can't remember who it was, but they were making a series, a show. I can't remember if it's gonna be a show or remaking the movies, but they're starting with like The Magician's Nephew. So I really do like that, and I hope that does happen. But When I bought these books, they didn't have the Chronicles or the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Why do I always say Wish? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the Last Battle. They didn't have them as these, and I really am looking for these like so much. Like I love this. I don't know if it's a special edition. I don't know what it is, but I want these so bad. And if I don't find them, I'm probably gonna get rid of these and just get like another series because this bothers me having different books. The next series that I have, it is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I am reading the first book and it's upstairs, but I do need to get that one and the Titan's Curse in hardback because I only have them in paperback. And I got them at half price. And this is when I first started reading, like very, very long time ago. And I didn't really like look at books like I look at them now. So these were like very destroyed. The spine was cracked. They were not taken care of. And I want to get these. And if I can't find the hardback on these, I'm probably just gonna give these away or find a new home for them and just buy like a new set of Percy Jackson books. And then these are just books that were sent to me by authors. They're arcs that I have. Well, these are books that I bought them, but the arcs were sent to me. Like I never knew who these authors were. Murder with a Hint of Pumpkin Spice, Mine Forever, and The Counterfeit Christmas. Which all these books, I absolutely love them. She still sends me, Laura M. Drake still sends me her book. I just read the last arc for this book, which it just came out February 1st. So go check that out. Go read it. Actually, go read this one. This was the first one. This is the Whisper Hollow Mystery series. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or a trilogy or an actual series. But I think it's just going to be a series. Trilogy, because I think she's already coming out with another mystery book that she's writing. And then this one, To All the Boys I've Ever Loved. I actually got this because it was really cute. It was like just $10 on Target. That's why I got this. I don't know. Oh God, that keeps scaring me. I don't know if all like the books are gonna come out like this, and if they do, I want them all. I will give the other ones away and keep these. This is so cute. So I don't know if I might take this upstairs with me because it's like a special edition. I actually might. And then this one's just a little book that I got from one of my students back in 2023, 22, I can't remember. The mom knew I love books, so she said, instead of getting you a card, I got you a little book, and I loved it. It's called Because I Had a Teacher. I really love this, and I will treasure this forever. Next books that I have are the Game of Thrones and the Fire and Blood by George R. Martin. I actually just bought these in a special edition box that I have upstairs. So this one's going to stay down here. And I don't know if I'll continue to buy the big ones, but I know I have the little ones up there. So I don't know what's going to happen to this. For now, it's going to stay with me in my bookshelf. And then I have Fire and Blood, which we all have seen the show, right? We all seen the show. And if you haven't, go watch it right now. Go. But this one, obviously, I'm going to keep because it is basically, this is 300 years before Game of Thrones. When dragons rule Westeros. This is the Dance of the Dragons, basically, like the history, basically, of that show or something like that. Then I have my Stephen King books, which haven't read this, but I really do want to read it because I was contemplating on buying this, and then I read like the first chapter, and I was like, okay, this is really catchy. I've obviously seen both of the movies, the new It and the old It, and I was like, if the book actually like sounds exciting, I'm gonna get it. And I do want to read it because it's a thick one, but it's thick. But I want to know a little bit more because obviously when you make a movie, you don't put everything in the movie what the book has. So I want to read a little bit more of the book to see if I missed anything in the movie because I just love it. And then I have Billy Summers and Fairy Tale, which this book right here, if you know, you know, I talked about it in one of my blogs of like 2023. This so far has been one of my favorite books from Stephen King. I love this so much. And then this was my actual first Stephen King book. And I really did like it too. But this one, 8. Here I have a duology by Michael Crichton. This is the Jurassic Park duology. And then obviously the Lost World. I read these a while back. I think when I first got them, like I want to say like 8-9 years ago, like a really long time ago when I got them, and I actually want to reread them. I told myself if I don't reread them, I'm just gonna give them away. This is more like scientific, so I'm thinking this is like a sci-fi book if I'm not mistaken. Not sure, I have to look them up, but I wasn't big of a reader when I first got these. I want to say that I might read them and love them this time because the first time I didn't really like them. I do love Jurassic Park movies, so I absolutely want to read them again. And it's so weird because some of the things that happen in movie 2, they're actually happening in book 1. So it's weird. But I do want to reread them. If I don't read them by next year, 2026, they're actually gonna go. And then this book, I just have like a special love in my heart for this book. My sister, she actually got this book one summer. She took it to Mexico. I actually read this book. Like I'm talking about more than 10 years ago. I can't remember when this book came out. Let me make sure. This came out in March 6th of 2007. Bro, that's when, I want to say that's around the time that my sister actually got this book and read it. Which I don't know what she was doing reading these kind of books at that time, because she's 1 year younger than me, so she was, what, 13, 14 when this book came out, and this book has like a little bit of spice in this. So, sister, what were you doing reading this? But anyways, this book holds a special place in my heart. When I started reading again, I remember I told my older sister, this is the book I'm looking for, and then she found it and it's like, here, got it. And I actually did reread it. And this is the book that I probably will reread, and I actually do want to reread this. So I don't think I'll ever get rid of this book because it's the sentimental value it holds to me, just because this was one of my very first books I ever read. And then I have The Last Days of Krypton, I actually bought this for my husband because he loves Superman. He loves anything that has to do with Krypton and anything DC. He loves anything superheroes. So I bought this for him. And honestly, I want to read it, but if I don't read it, he doesn't read it by next year, this is probably gonna go out and leave my bookshelf. Okay, the next books, I know what I'm gonna do with them. I'm gonna put them all up here because they're all from the same author. I haven't read all, and I haven't collected all his books either. Love the movies. I've seen some movies. Some of them I can't see them because they give me PTSD, not because of the movie. It's because of stuff that happened that year when the movie came out. So I haven't had the courage to actually watch that movie because that movie reminds me. It brings me back to that time in my life where I was not okay. So let's continue. I'm talking about Nicholas Sparks. I have, maybe I'm missing some, but I mostly have all his books. With Safe Haven, I love this movie. It gives me PTSD because of things that happen in this movie and things that happen in my life. But I absolutely love this movie, and I haven't read the book, but I like most of these books I haven't read, but I love the movies, and these are great. The Longest Ride. I don't know if I have seen this movie, but I know there's a movie to this book. I probably haven't seen this, but I do want to see the movie and I want to read the book. The Choice. And I have A First Sight, Every Breath, A Bend in the Road, The Last Song. Oh, The Last Song. I so love that movie. I think it's the one with Miley Cyrus, if I'm not mistaken. 2x2. Then True Believer, The Notebook. Oh, I love The Notebook. You want to know something funny about The Notebook? When I actually first watched The Notebook, I watched it with my sister and her ex-husband, and he told me that somebody came at the end and started killing everybody with like a gun. So he ruined the ending for me because I was literally waiting for that to happen, and it never did. So I didn't get a chance to actually enjoy the ending. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, okay. And then I cried and cried and cried because I actually enjoyed it. But yeah, he ruined that movie for me, the ending. But I still love it. The Wedding. I think The Wedding's like I'm not sure, but I know The Wedding has like characters from The Notebook, if I'm not mistaken. Dear John. This right here. Like it. I don't love the movie. I do like the movie. Don't love it, but pretty good. Guardians, Save Me. I have A Walk to Remember. Love this movie. This movie just makes me cry. Love it so much. A Message in the Bottle. The Weeks in My Brother. 3 weeks with My Brother. Miss can't read. And Nights in Rodante or Rodant. The next 3 that I have are history books. This one's The Gates of the Alamo. This one's A Cruel and Shocking Act. And this one's The Bagels Are Silent. Is another Alamo history book. Like I said, I will never get rid of my Alamo books. This one, I think it's based off of a documentary that I saw on Hulu or Amazon Prime, I can't remember. This is The Secret History of the Kennedy Assassination, and I bought this new, and I really do want to read it because this is, like I said, based off of the documentary, or the documentary is based off of this book. So I'm hoping to read it soon. It probably gonna be a video, a book that it's gonna take me like 1 year to 2 years to read, just because it's a history book. But yeah, the next books I have are all from Book of the Month, and I am thinking that if I don't read these books this year, I'm probably gonna start getting rid of some of the Book of the Months that I have. So I have some Book of the Months up there that I've already read that I have. But some of these do sound interesting. Some of them don't really. But like I said, if I don't finish them this year or read most of them, then they're probably just going to go to another home. I have Inked Blood Sister Scribe, Someone Else's Shoes, Like a Sister, Jacqueline in Paris, The Wilder Woman, Girl Forgotten, Things We Do in the Dark, This Spells Love, Adelaide, When I'm Dead. I tried reading this, but for some reason I couldn't get through it. It's not that it was bad. I think I was just like in a reading slump or something. Sleep Tight, Middle Tide, What Lies in the Woods. This one looks scary. These two look scary. Cartographers, The Soulmate, Firstborn, and All the Dangerous Things. Those are all the Those are all Book of the Months that I have so far. Like I said, I have some upstairs. So the bookshelf looking a little empty over here, which I love because I was to the point where I didn't have any room for them at all. And then the very last ones that I have are like special books that, let me try to figure this out. This is my husband's. I actually got it for him a very long time ago. And like I said, he is a very big fan of Superman. This is the Superman Files. Basically, it's the history of Superman, like everything that he has ever done. Every Superman, I guess, comes out in this book, and I love it. I don't know if I finished, ouch. I don't know if I actually finished this book, but I know I've read it, so yeah, we're keeping this. And then my cousin gifted me this for 2 Christmases ago, which is the Rise of the Dragon. This is basically the story of the Dance of the Dragon, the Targaryen Dynasty by George R. Martin, and it's basically like a history book with like pictures and all that stuff, which is really, really cool. This book I got from my nephew, which I got it like a very long time ago. It's called Dusty Musty. And I've actually might take it to him. We are going to Texas on the 14th of this month, 15th, one of my niece's birthdays, and it's just a dinosaur book, and I know he loved dinosaurs. I don't know if he still loves them, but this is gonna go to him, so I'm taking this out of my bookshelf because, you know, it's a gift. And then I have the History of Marvel. This is just a magazine about Marvel. My husband loves superheroes. I told you, Marvel, everything superhero he loves. So I got that for him, and that one is his, so it's staying. This is the American Revolution, a historical guidebook. Like I said, mentioned many times throughout this video, I love history. History is my thing. That's why I got a load of history books. I haven't read it, but actually I might keep this. This is just the American Revolution. Just might keep it. And then the Car Bible, which is 100 Year Classic Concept and Conventional Cars. Just different cars, different like models of them, different years. My husband got it for him. It was $12 at Barnes & Noble. So this is his book. Well, we cleaned the bookshelf. Now it's time to take all these books upstairs and yeah. I actually forgot that I'm bringing these up here too. So for now, this is how this shelf's gonna be. Obviously, they look a little like just thrown in there because of the reason of I don't have all the books for the series. So for right now, this is how they're gonna be once I get the other books for the series. Because this one, the fourth one, the Empire, I think it's called Imperium. I can't remember what the name of that series is. It has 5 books. So obviously it's gonna get longer. And then I have like special editions of them. Well, just one. And then I actually do want to get more editions of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. So I want to think they're going to take up more space, and I want to put those and the Harry Potter ones together and kind of organize them by like genre. But right now they're just kind of thrown in there. In the future it's going to look a lot better. Now I'm going to go to this one, and I think I'm going to organize them like how I have my books on the floor. I think the top one I'm just going to do like where all the books I have videos so I could just reach them. But these two are going to be my organized shelves. So let's see how I'm going to do it. And I'll show everything at the very end. Alright, so up there I put these. I put all my my Game of Thrones books. I told you guys I had like a new collection that I got. And I have Powerless, and then I have just these random because I only have the first book of everything. But I do have more of them that I'm still reading. And then this one is just my special little book up there. And then I have all my Harry Potter right here. And then I put this right there, which I have nothing in the bag. Just kind of put it right there. I didn't know what to do with this, so I just kind of left it there for now. And then here I have my Kate Stewart books. The Ravenhood series and Legacy, Ravenhood Legacy. And then I have all my Disney ones right here. The villain stories. And then I have my Fourth Wing, and then Iron Flame is going to be right there, but it's actually going to be read this month, so it's in my room. And then Onyx Storm, and then I have, I think this is in Spanish, and then just like the paperback on this one, but this would be because of all the cute things. And then I just decided to put this on here, but I do plan on getting more of these books because I want to get some special editions that I saw. And then I have my Caraval series. And then my Once Upon a Broken Heart series. And then I have the Twisted Game series right here. And then I have the King of Sins right here. And then the Knock 'Em Out series right there. Right now they're just all over the place because like I said, I don't have like a special place for them because they're not complete series right now for the moment. But then if we go to this shelf right here, I have all my basically focus. I have all my like books that are gonna be videos up there. These are basically possibles books that we are gonna vote for my book of the month and Fable. So if you don't follow me on there, go follow our book club and join. And then yeah, for videos, and then those right there, they just didn't fit. So focus. So those are just right there. And then this shelf is basically all my like fantasy, mystery, thrillers are all mixed in there, sci-fi books, whatever. These right here, basically to right here, are books that are like series or second to the series, third, whatever. These are just a whole different thing because I want to read Akatar first and then Throne of Glass and then this. That's why I haven't even started these. And then these are just books that I want to, I can continue. They can be picked from my TBR all right here. And then these, the last ones right here, these are romance. They didn't fit in the bottom, so I just put them up here, just like these right here. And then these bottom one is romance, which all of these till right here, no, till right here, they're all like first, seconds or third or fourths to series. And then from here on, they're just books that I can pick for my TBR. And yeah, that's basically what the bookshelves look like right now. But obviously that's not what they're gonna look like. They're just, because they're so empty, and I just had these right there. Now all that is empty. That's what I did. So those are all the books I have at the moment. I'm kind of excited to have like more space down here because I was just getting to the point where I was just stacking books down here. And then obviously I still have my TBR cart right there where books keep coming off and then I keep putting them on. And I have books on my TBR cart that I might get rid of too because they've been sitting in my TBR cart for a while, like maybe a year to 2 years. And then I also have more books here. I don't know if you guys can see them. But those are also on the hauls that I did and they're just sitting there. I haven't done nothing with them. So I think I did ask some girls at work if they wanted to go through my books and they said yes. So I might take some to work and so they can go through them, see what they like. But for now, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do to my bookshelves. I do have more books like around the house, so if I find them, I'm just gonna keep putting them, like just organize them somewhere. But yeah. Oh, and then I'm gonna, I guess like the ones that I just read every month. I just finished this one yesterday, which this was the best. If you haven't read this series, run, don't walk, run to get these. Also Caraval, it's one of my favorite series. I know a lot of people read this first and then you don't have to read Caraval, whatever. But honestly, there's a lot of like names thrown in here that you don't know who they are or what they're kind of talking about. So I would have been like, who is that? Like I would have wanted, like if I would have read Caraval, I would have been like, who is that? And it would have made me read Caraval because of like the names that were in here and like the story with Jax and Donatella. I would have want to know how that, you know, came out. So these, the ones that I read, I'm gonna put them right next to the TBR cart. I'm gonna be doing wrap-ups of every book I read every month. I'm not gonna do, like I said at the beginning, I'm not gonna do the big one I used to do at the end of the year or the beginning of the year of all the books I read the year before that. I just feel like it's too many books. Last year I did like 65-ish, 62. I can't remember how many books I did a wrap up of. And then this year, well, 2023 and then 2024 I did 57 books. So it gets a little bit too much when you're doing like talking about all the books at the same time. So I'm just gonna do every month, and that's make it better, easier for me. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate everybody that watches my videos. Just remember to follow and subscribe. Follow me on social media. They're gonna be linked down below. And don't forget to join my book club on Fable. I would love to have you there. And yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.